Interesting take on things, Jonah.
Well, look, I think that the CFPB from the outset was an atrocity. It was a hate crime against the Constitution. You know, the Constitution is very clear. You only have 3 branches of government, that Congress is the only branch that is allowed to levy taxes or raise taxes or apportion revenue, and yet this thing is funded by the Federal Reserve. It is allowed to levy fines and fees on people without approval from Congress. It is now claiming that it exists in some sort of forbidden zone, bizarro other dimension, the upside down from Stranger Things, and it's not actually part of the executive branch. If it's part of the executive branch, the President of the United States gets to appoint whoever the head is, the acting head is, pending congressional approval. And so this whole thing, you know, there are a lot of different issues going on here. There's an interesting legal fight about what laws apply in this specific case, and I think the Trump administration is 100% right in their interpretation on this. But the more important issue is the constitutional question, and Mick Mulvaney is absolutely right. This was an agency that was designed to be a rogue agency, staffed with partisans, and Cordray, who's leaving to go run for governor from Ohio, basically, like some sort of, you know, action movie, throws the match behind him to set the whole place on fire to get sort of as a partisan signal flare for his own campaign.
It's an unbelievable story because you've right now literally got 2 people saying, I'm the one in charge. Mick Mulvaney shows up with donuts yesterday for staff. He says, I'm the only one who showed up for work. Here, he's already made his first move in his interim role, saying he's ordered a 30-day freeze on any potential new regulations or hiring. But she still says she's in charge. The actual government agency website says Mick Mulvaney's in charge. It lists his name. So we're awaiting this court ruling, and it sounds like you're pretty confident that they are going to rule in favor of the Trump administration.
I would think so. And, you know, even if the judge considering this weren't a Trump appointee, I think the Trump administration would win this. And if they didn't win it, you would see this thing fly up to the Supreme Court really, really quickly. In particular, because of the provision of the Constitution that says whoever brings donuts wins, which is a little-known codicil to the Constitution.
And I'm just thinking, if you work at the agency, you don't know who your boss is this morning.
Yeah, I really think this was essentially a Democratic publicity stunt orchestrated by Cordray. There are people who sincerely believe that this woman, Ms. English, should be the head because of the way the statute was written that says the deputy shall be the acting head pending a permanent replacement. But everyone else, including the CFPB's own legal counsel, says no, the Vacancies Act is more applicable here. The full law is written to take that into account. And if the President of the United States cannot appoint a head of an executive branch agency, that means that this agency isn't in the executive branch, which just basically means it is free-floating outside of the Constitution, which is outrageous.
So let's leave it with